My name is Brad Cavanaugh, owner of Air One Aerial Photography, which has recently been rebranded as Air One Custom Photography, just for the fact that we do so much more than aerial photography nowadays. Really, it's developed into quite a strong business for us, where we now service aerial photography, ground photography, product photography, portrait photography, and then we also have 2 retail galleries, one here in Valparaiso, and our second location is up at Navy Pier in Chicago. I started my background in aviation when I was 10 years old. My father got me into flying way back when I was a baby, and really started instructing me when I was 10. As I got older, I knew I wanted to, either do something in the airlines or something in the aviation industry. I did graduate from Purdue with a fine art major, so I went through all the drawing and sculpting and painting and all that good stuff. So I had something to fall back on if the aviation didn't work out. And after flying for Lazy Boy for 2 years, realized that didn't want to work for somebody else. I wanted to be in control of my own destiny. So started the business '95, and haven't looked back since. I'm basically doing my dream job. When I started the business, kind of had a toss-up whether or not to use an airplane or a helicopter. Expenses-wise, I started with an aircraft. After a year, I scrapped that idea and decided we were going to go with a helicopter. My father is also a helicopter pilot and airplane pilot, so it made it nice and convenient because we both could fly either one. We're based out of Valparaiso Airport, Porter County Airport, have been since day one. We travel actually the whole country to shoot for clients. We can travel. I've been as far as California to shoot for clients, doing aerial photography and ground photography. So either way, we can get there and do the shoot for them. Both my father and I really are the only shooters that do the images. Depending on how far the location is, we'll get there, spend probably half an hour to an hour flying over the location, depending on how in-depth the customer wants to be with the number of images they want. Once it gets on screen with our high-resolution cameras, the images are just crystal clear. And that's what I think customers rave about the most is the quality of the images.
A lot of the images you can see they're really close up, and it doesn't look like it's taken from a helicopter, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Specifically, I like the aerial photography, and what I really like is the one photograph he has of Chicago in a thunderstorm, in a lightning storm. It's a nice sweeping panorama, and I think it really shows the drama of the Midwest and the thunderstorms that we have coming through here.
What drives me as a photographer specifically, I think, is the excitement of not knowing what the next shoot is going to be. Every day is different. A lot of times when I'm shooting for myself, the creative side of me will shoot, generally an artistic scene, but the fun comes back seeing the images, tweaking it on the computer, through Photoshop, really doing some creative effects, because that's what really ties me into my art background, is getting on the computer and changing an image totally from what it originally looked like being shot from.
One of the things that really struck me were all of the portraits that he'd done of people, rather than sort of stock still. They were animated. They were often doing something that really exemplified something unique about that person.
Our range of customers is really anybody. The list is endless, and each day is always a surprise, because somebody new will come in that I never thought would be my market, and it just clicks and makes sense. Come in and see all the things that we do. Every day we have 10 people that come in, say they walk by the store a number of times, and finally they've made it in, and they're just like, wow, I never knew you did all this stuff. From the printing, the framing, the graphics, the portrait work. People just thought we always did aerial photography, but there's so much more to Air One. I encourage people to come in and see what we do.